I just looked up what percentage of college athletes in the US are trans, and tell me why it's 0.002%. Are you guys that fucking bored? Like, there are 500,000 college athletes in the US, 10 of them are trans. I thought it would be like fucking 5% with the way the conservatives won't stop whining and bitching about it.
Okay, this is a really stupid argument, and let me tell you why. So when you first think about it, it's like, oh, there's only 10 people that are trans. It shouldn't really make that much of a big difference. Why not let them play? Why not let them compete with the actual females? Like, why is it such a big deal? It's not even that many people. But if you think about it, pretty much most sports are winner take all. The only person that matters is the person who wins. And if someone who's trans beats an actual female that was meant to win, then how is that fair? Like, the entire point of splitting people up into divisions is so they can have the best chance by winning through their skill level. Also, why is it that if there's that little people that are actually trans, then why is it for the past 5 years, pretty much every single talking point and issue has been about them? She cares about the 10 trans athletes, but what about the 500,000 actual athletes that get affected by this? Just because they're the minority doesn't mean that the world automatically has to bend around them.
I don't give a fuck if they're living off handouts. What about the billionaires living off handouts? What about government subsidies? Why do you guys only care about handouts when they apply to people who can't fucking afford food and doctor's visits? And I think some people hate poor people so fucking much that they'd rather side with the rich and play the poor police. But trust me when I say this, you are far more likely to be on food stamps in the next 5 to 10 years than you are to being a billionaire.
You know, I don't think most people are actually against handouts. They don't want to see people starve or not be able to visit the doctor. If they see someone struggling, the natural instinct of most people is to help them. It's just that some people take that kindness and end up abusing it, which pisses people off. Like, if you're a family struggling to afford groceries, and essentially 100 of the days that you work in a year goes to taxes, and then you see those taxes helping people abuse the system and getting free food while you're struggling, of course that would piss you off and make you annoyed. I think that's a huge part of why people are so angry at the Somali fraud going on in Minnesota as well. People are essentially working their butts off trying to work and make a living. A huge part of the money they make goes to taxes, and then they see that money going to people that are committing fraud and taking that money and having a better lifestyle than the people paying the taxes. Of course they would be angry. Like, they're struggling to afford food. Meanwhile, the people doing the fraud are living in huge mansions, have big cars, and the newest iPhones. Also, I don't really get why people always expect billionaires to solve the world's problems. Like, shouldn't that be the government's job? So why is it that when the government has $1 trillion in budget, which is 1,000 billion, they're still going after the billionaires and not questioning the spending that the government does and how much it wastes? Like, if the government didn't waste so much money, they could solve pretty much every single problem these people complain about. Making fun of ICE agents downtown San Diego.
You guys work for ICE? You look like the exact kind of punk-ass bitches who would work for ICE. Did your lip fillers migrate? You better call ICE on them. Your lip fillers are migrating. You better call ICE on them. Your lip fillers have gone outside the invisible line. You better call ICE on them, you nappy-ass hoe.
Okay, even though the insults were pretty creative, that's such a shitty thing to do. Just going around finding people that are in ICE and making fun of them. How about they try convincing people not to work for ICE and using logic, which to be honest, I don't think they can, because ICE actually has a useful function in the country. A country is literally its people, their shared values, and its border. And the government's job is to discriminate against the people that are inside versus the people that are outside. And if people are coming inside illegally, doesn't it make sense to have a function like ICE to get rid of them? So you can take care of the people that are inside first. Also, since this person is clearly fine insulting the appearance of others, let's look at what they look like. Yeah, okay. That's clearly a dude. Doesn't matter how much makeup you put on, you're still a guy. Leftism in a nutshell.
No kings, no fascists, no dictators. Free Maduro. We support drug-dealing, violent, socialist dictators. We support women's rights. Abolish the patriarchy. Dismantling the patriarchy is cool and everything, but the Ayatollah wants to destroy Israel, and I like that better. We support equality for all. We demand the destruction of the only country in the Middle East where gay people have equal rights.
Dude, this video was great. She's even got the nose ring. It's so interesting seeing the hypocrisy of some of these talking points they have. Like, first they were no kings to Donald Trump, then when he gets rid of a dictator, then they're like free Maduro. By the way, did you guys know that Biden actually put a $25 million bounty on him when he was in office? So why is it that he can put a bounty on him, but when Trump takes him out in less than 30 minutes with no casualties, then there's a problem? Like, how does that make sense? Like, how come they're not protesting for Iran or North Korea right now? Like, weren't they meant to be caring and empathetic? Or is it that they just care when there's a specific enemy they're against?
As Minister for Women, are you saying you're also Minister for biological men as well, acting as women?
I am the Minister for Women.
So what's the definition of a woman?
It is our view that
Like, this isn't a raid boss question, it's a simple question. So why do they always collapse under pressure and they're never able to answer it?
women are able to participate in sport.
What? What a stupid ass... What was that answer? Anyone can participate in sport.
They should be able to participate in sport, and it's a sporting organisation.
So sporting defines what a woman is? So if she can play sports, then she's a woman. Okay, let's assume you have a baby that just got born yesterday, and they obviously can't play any sports. So what does that mean they are?
Themselves who have the best expertise to determine what guidelines they use to determine the safety of their sports.
I suppose the
What the hell was that answer?
next question is, Minister, are you the Minister for Women and trans women?
There's no such thing as trans women. It's just women and men. And delusional, let's be honest.
I'm the Minister for Women.
Okay, not trans women. So if violence occurs in the home, you are properly concerned with it.
I would say that
But if it occurs on the sporting field, you would leave it up to someone else to think about.
Mr. Borzak, I would say as the Minister for Women, I am the Minister for...
What does the Minister of Women do anyway? Like, does she actually have a thing that she does? And is there a Minister for Men? Because if they don't, that's pretty sexist.
I am the Minister for Women.
Yep, we heard that before.
And this government views that women include trans women.
Not a single cent of accountability and ownership. She's always deferring to other people as the authority, and never gives her opinion on what things actually are. Like, why can't you answer what you think a woman is? Like, why do you have to say, oh, this sporting organisation determines that?
So you're the Minister for trans women too then?
I'm the Minister for Women.
So I don't understand that answer.
I suppose we're coming at it from a different point of view.
Maybe it's just me.
My view is
Maybe
a
it's
trans
just me.
woman is a woman.
Now, you might be thinking, well, this is just some random lefty who Mint has appointed as the Minister for
No. This is Australia. Why? I live here.
Women. But no, this is actually the official policy of the Minns government. And as Premier, he's pushed through legislation that allows men to identify as women. This is called the sex self-ID laws, which allows...
That makes no sense. So basically, you can change your gender on your birth certificate without surgery. So you can just choose what you are. What if today they feel like a woman, but tomorrow they feel like a man? But 2 weeks later they're a woman again? Like that's not how reality works.
actual birth certificates to be changed so that men can now change their birth certificate. Even though they were born as a man, they can now on their birth certificate be listed as a woman. This, you might think, is just about a piece of paper. It's not, because it allows them then to get into women's domestic violence shelters, women's jails, women's sport. It's obvious to everybody watching that this just makes no sense.
Without even saying a word, the haircut told you everything. Yeah.
Are you queer for Palestine?
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Have you heard queers for Israel?
No, not really.
Not at all? Okay, fun fact. Did you know that there's no gays in Palestine? It's not legal to be gay.
Queers for Palestine never made any sense to me. The majority of people in Palestine are Muslim and follow Islam, which is directly against queers and the LGBTQA+ bullshit, which is why you don't hear about groups called Palestines for Queers. It just doesn't make any sense.
Can't publicly be gay. Did you know they throw gay people off the roofs in Palestine?
No.
I'm sure they do much more than that.
Yeah, it's punishable by death in Gaza to be gay. A Hamas commander was murdered a few years ago, and he had a lot
So even someone that was part of the main fighting group got killed because of it. Like, these people will go after their own as well. It's not just you.
of power, and they murdered him. His own people murdered him just for having a gay relationship.
Yeah, well, Israel's also murdering children.
How does that have anything to do with that? It's like saying, I like pancakes. And then the other person's going like, oh, you hate waffles then. Like, those things aren't connected. Like, sure, there's the Palestine-Israel conflict going on, but the question wasn't about that.
There's a war.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Israel is the only place in the Middle East where it's legal to be gay, thriving gay community. The government even helps gay people from other Middle East countries who are fleeing persecution come and get their lives started in Tel Aviv. They help them out with places to stay. They give them money. Did you know that about Israel?
No.
Yeah.
It's funny how they will go against the people that are supporting them and actively support the people that are against them.
All right, well, I hope you do a little research, and I think you'd really like it there.
I have a question for you. What unites the left wing? What makes the left wing come together in community? Because with the right wing, it's obviously Christianity and their collective commitment and love for Jesus.
Okay, I don't think the right wing is just based off Christianity. I think it's more around traditional values, because not every single person is religious. Plus, while the left uses inclusivity and radical empathy for its cause, the people on the right usually use more logic.
And also nationalism. They are nationalists.
Okay, to be honest, if you're living in a country, you should be nationalist towards it. Like, why wouldn't you care more about your country than some other country? And I feel like a lot of the people on the right are fed up with people on the left carrying around other countries' flags. Like, why are they waving Palestine flags while they burn their own country's flag? Like, is that not treason?
America, flag, nationalism. Where for me personally, when I think of national, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. So.
Okay, that's fucking disgusting. If you don't like your country that much, then why don't you go to the countries which you do support?
We don't have a unifying glue in the left wing that binds us together.
Destroying traditional conservative values, going against the country, having suicidal empathy, and pretty much going against every single common sense thing.
What is it? What brings us together? What do you think?
What unites the left is hatred, a shared hatred for Trump, for Republicans, for ICE, for Elon. You guys hate Trump so much that you're currently fighting in favor of having a lawless society.
Yeah, that is true, huh? A lot of the left is united by hatred. They just want to tear down everything Trump stands for. Even if he does something good, they won't admit that.
You're fighting for people to break our laws without consequence. You fought for political censorship because you guys hate us.
Also, they need to fight for political censorship, because if they don't censor people and people start questioning their policies and stances, they quickly realize that they have no foundation. Like, how can they possibly have a foundation when they can't even agree on what a woman is? And since their ideas aren't founded in reality, they need to censor you so you can't fight against them.
Trump's voter base so much that you want to shut us up, which, by the way, big tech firms have confirmed on record. You're fighting innovation, trying to stifle productive members of society like Elon. You're fighting against women to feel.
It's funny how they always say support women, and they're meant to be the party of supporting women, but then they allow trans athletes to compete against them.
Safe in women's only spaces. You're fighting against basic common sense stuff because you are so blinded by your hatred, you can't see anything else. It's pathetic. And what is a good solution that the Democrats have proposed?
It's always communism, or actually socialism. It's always taking stuff from other people that have assets and money and giving it to the poor as if that's some virtuous deed. So by that logic, wouldn't most people in America be richer than people in Africa? So does that mean that African people are justified to take your stuff? Like, obviously not.
Recent years, there's not one. It's all rooted in hatred of the opposition, and that's no way to unite. And we're not united on religion. We're united on preserving our freedoms. We're united in a shared understanding that our country is unique on a global scale and that we understand that freedom is not free. So we're united in a gratitude for our country. We're united in the idea of fighting to protect and preserve our freedoms.
And your freedom is only as strong as your enforcement.
And you guys are fighting that. You are standing in the way of that without realizing it, because you're being manipulated by your empathy. And it's gonna really suck for the rest of us if you guys win.
Okay, let's see what the comments are saying. It's always the eyes protesting something, whatever is trending that day. They have unity. Why is it that a lot of them have nose rings? Your craziness. I'd say logic. So you mean lack of logic?
Charlie Kirk did. No. Charlie Kirk, motherfucker over here, Charlie Kirk.
By the way, this was filmed after Charlie Kirk got murdered, which is fucking tragic, to be honest.
Hey, you know what? I take that as a compliment. I think Charlie Kirk was a great debater, and he was a proponent of free speech.
These are the guys, You gotta realize I studied mathematics and philosophy. I want to interview. Wait,
Yeah, that's what we do. We just walk
I'm
away.
interviewing him. Hey, what are you doing here today?
I'm asking people what they're doing here today.
I followed some of your questions and some of your logic.
Yeah.
You were exactly duplicating Charlie Kirk.
What's wrong with that? Charlie Kirk was an incredible debater, incredible at logic. He had great positions. He actually had solid foundations for his positions. So what is how is calling him Charlie Kirk an insult?
Why?
In what way did I duplicate Charlie Kirk?
In your ridiculous logic, because I studied logic.
She studied logic, guys.
That is some bullshit logic.
What did you think specifically
Why is it bullshit logic?
that I asked her what was the issue?
I didn't hear every word you said.
Hang on. She just said that it was bullshit logic, but now she's saying that she didn't even hear him properly?
I picked up the vibe.
She picked up the vibe. Like, what happened to the logic?
Picked up
The vibe?
Do you feel like
The hell's that random scream?
a citizen of white nationalists?
I'm a citizen of America, and I'm pro-America.
You're pro-America.
Yep, what that stands for right there, up there.
That stands for? Oh no. I'm from LA. What do you think about what's going on in LA? Because I see them grabbing people off the streets called kidnapping.
I think that the process that's going on right now to deport people is very similar to what Obama did during his term. Arresting and deporting.
Didn't Obama put the kids in cages? How come there weren't widespread protests around that back then? Why is it now, when Trump is in office and doing the same thing, that they're all protesting like this?
What about it? Well, so I think it's precedented. I think it's legal.
You think it's legal to kidnap people?
To arrest people who broke our laws.
Mask on, don't identify yourself, and grab you and put you in some detention center.
I think ICE arresting people who broke our immigration laws and deporting them is legal.
Studied logic doesn't mean she passed. To be compared to Charlie Kirk is the biggest compliment. That is an incredibly huge compliment.
Where is the only country where it's legal to be gay in the Middle East?
I would say Asia. I don't know.
Do you know
Asia. Asia's not in the Middle East.
it's Israel?
I don't consider it a country.
Hold up. Since when do you get to decide what's a country or not?
I would go to Palestine.
And she would get killed there.
If you went to Palestine, you'd be thrown off of a building. Tel Aviv's like the gayest city on earth.
I doubt it's the gayest city on earth.
It's really gay.
That looks really gay.
What the number one slogan the Iranian government chants is? Death to America.
Honestly, I kind of don't blame them.
Really? Do you think Iran trying to spread Islamic jihad, is that the same as America trying to spread democracy?
Arguably, yeah.
What? It's not the same thing. Democracy literally gives people more freedom and rights. Meanwhile, Islam takes them away.
And won't be able to show their hair. Gay people get thrown off buildings in these places.
We have to respect that and also
We have to respect that? No, you don't.
be supportive.
These people are supporting the people that would kill them. It's like if they went to a jungle and saw a lion, and instead of running or fighting it, they're just like, oh, the lion must be hungry. We have to support that. Let me just get eaten. But obviously, they themselves wouldn't want to get eaten. They would just shove the person next to them in front of the lion's mouth.
And if you posted about Charlie Kirk saying how nobody deserves to die that way, but you don't care about Renee Nicole Good, you're the problem, you're the villain, you're wrong.
Charlie Kirk and Renee Good are not the same. They didn't die in the same way. Charlie Kirk was murdered for speaking and debating people. Meanwhile, she was agitating federal law enforcement officers. Now, does that mean she should die? Obviously not. But you can't deny if she puts herself at risk by doing those things, how is it not the consequences of your own actions?
You think my outfit is offensive?
Are you Mexican?
No.
Yes.
I think
Why would it be offensive if he's not Mexican? But it is offensive if he isn't.
it reaffirms stereotypes that are offensive.
If you didn't view them as stereotypes, then you wouldn't view it as negative, would you? Like, why don't they view it as, oh my god, this is incredible. You're celebrating that culture. Like, why does it automatically default to, oh, you're making fun of them? It's because they actually think that outfit is stupid.
To people.
It's not yours.
Like, the audacity to just pull his mustache off? Come on.
Do you find my outfit offensive?
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not your culture.
Yeah, but he's not making fun of him.
You don't really understand what their culture means.
How would she know if he understands their culture or not? Like, they're just strangers, they just met. What if he spent like 5 years studying the culture? And so what if he didn't?
What it means to wear these things, like the hats and the maracas. You sort of have to understand where all of this comes from for it to not be cultural appropriation.
Does my outfit offend you?
You look, no. You look nice.
Do you like my costume?
Yes.
Does it offend you?
No.
The actual Mexicans love his outfit. It's just a bunch of people trying to virtue signal and get social brownie points by defending people that they think are oppressed.
Do you like my outfit?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Does my outfit offend you?
No, not at all.
No, nothing. That's good.
Do you think my outfit?
As a Mexican, I'm actually jealous of his outfit. It's a pretty good outfit. So are we going to pretend that we have Halloween or no? Interesting point. I can't believe he wore that hat in public.
Show some respect. He's on the have some respect.
And that's obviously a MAGA hat. I've heard so many stories about people being mistreated by wearing MAGA clothes, but I've never heard a single story of that happening the other way. My husband loved my long hair, it was to my booty, now I have cut it all off. Watch his soul leave his body.
It looks good. It looks good. It really does.
This poor guy. Like, why would you do something just to spite the person that you love the most? Well, obviously she doesn't love him the most, but he obviously does. Like, what a sick way to hurt someone. Like, he obviously doesn't like how it looks, but he's still trying to be supportive. Very supportive, but you can tell he was hurt. Like, she cut her hair just because he liked it. Your husband likes long hair, why would you cut it? Oh, that's right, because a man will sacrifice his happiness for his family, his wife will sacrifice the family for hers. Oh, he loves you, but his heart is broken. Personally, I think he just let himself be run over by his wife too much. If he actually said what he thought and told the truth and held his boundaries, then I don't think he would be in a situation where his wife actively does things to spite him. I believe that men and women should be equal.
White roses when I specifically asked for red.
You could always paint the rose.
Men, so I should be able to hit women then? Like, what? What? Why is that the thing that she's thinking about? So by that logic, does that mean she thinks women should be able to hit men?
Is red?
What an odd thing to say.
By the way, the idea that men and women should be equal is so stupid. Not a single person in the entire world is equal to anyone else. Everybody is different. Then how can they be equal? And as for laws and rights, I'm pretty sure there's no laws that actually give men more rights than women. But to be honest, women nowadays probably have more advantages.
The left hates America. I think that's backwards.
Okay. Why so?
Well, the left is all about love.
They love Palestine. They wave other countries' flags. They protest every day against American policies and the things that America is actually doing to help the country. But they still love America? Like, I don't see it.
Really?
That's in my heart. And that's what most of the people that I know who I hang out with and who go to my church are all about being loving, not hating, not trying.
This is what you call radical love. When you love something so much that you inadvertently are against all the other things that are not in the group. Like, what is wrong with hating bad people? Why should I like people like murderers?
To take away other people's rights.
Okay.
We're trying to have a good, happy place on this planet.
Who said that life needs to be happy all the time? Have you thought that maybe your pursuit of happiness all the time is what's causing the issues? Like, happiness isn't the most important virtue, especially for a government. Like, a court should value justice over happiness. Like, can you imagine if courts just started giving murderers a ticket to Disneyland because they wanted to be happy? And if they were sent to jail, they wouldn't be happy? Like, no. The guy needs to get justice. He needs to be put in the prison.
Because when I go to protests every week, I talk to leftists, hundreds of them every month.
Now that I think about it, when was the last time the right actually protested? I actually can't remember. Like, every week it's always the left.
And it all kind of seems the same rhetoric and the same policy positions where they want to dismantle police departments.
No,
they
I think
hold on, I'm not
They literally want to dismantle ICE.
done.
Okay.
They want to abolish ICE. They have tons of signs about abolishing ICE, which
Life is a little scary.
Well, they keep our country safe.
Just because they're scary to you doesn't mean that they're not needed.
Well, it
They
depends
don't-
on your perspective of who they're keeping it safe from.
They're literally keeping it safe for you.
I mean, yes, criminals, I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
But when you're chasing down family members who've been here for years that are helping us harvest our crops.
Hang on. Harvest our crops? Like, what type of racist ass shit is this? Like, why does he view immigrants and people that ICE is taking as people that harvest crops? Like, isn't that a bit racist?
And do things that most Americans don't want to do.
Yeah.
It's going to catch up with us.
So he literally views those people as the people that do the lowest status jobs in society. And that's not a bit discriminatory? Okay, buddy.
So our prices are going to go up. We're not going to have the people, the labor. Yeah, I mean, it seems a little like you're taking advantage of folks like that, but they don't deserve to be treated the way they're being treated by ICE. It's heartless.
Yeah, I think when you come into the country and you break laws, if you get rounded up, then
breaking
yeah,
along, absolutely.
yeah, breaking laws. You come into the country, you've broken a federal law, and so you deserve.
There's people that people are here legally, but they're not like residents. But they're they're here.
What does that even mean? If they're not here legally, but they're residents, so they just live there illegally, right?
Here they work, they pay taxes, and the whole
they pay taxes. I'm pretty sure they don't.
So how are they here legally, but they're not?
Let me just say,
they're not
that
citizens.
whole thing of them coming here and using all of our services for free is not true.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Okay, how many Somali immigrants are on government aid? Around 81% of Somali immigrant-headed households receive some form of government welfare benefit. 81%.
Can I offer some statistics that might change your mind on that?
I just was reading statistics. They pay taxes, billions of dollars.
How much?
It's funny how he's saying they pay billions of dollars in taxes. Meanwhile, you have the Minnesota Somali fraud scandal, where billions of dollars are going away because of fraud from them.
How many billions of dollars?
I can't specifically answer that.
It's about 37. It's about 37 billion. Do you know how much they
pay in taxes?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know, number one, how do they pay that in taxes?
Well, through their withholding. They have to pay federal and state taxes just like everybody.
Typically, well, no, because they're not allowed to work here. They're not allowed to have a social security number.
But they pay taxes.
Yeah, through
How do they pay taxes if they don't have a social security number?
Do you agree with that?
Through other people's social security numbers.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So they're taking other people's ID and stealing their identity?
That's a huge scam that goes on in this country, and that's how they pay into the system. They take other people's social security numbers, identity fraud, identity theft, especially dead people, and that's how they pay into the system.
Too much Fox, honey.
But
that's
do
all
you
I
know?
can say.
And he starts to walk away when he can't argue anymore?
I don't listen to Fox. Do you know how much they cost? Do you know how much they cost? Okay.
You should be a little more open-hearted, in your life.
Yeah, we've
If he's so much about love, then why is he closing off to her then?
only spoken for 5 minutes. You don't know that much about me. Do you know how many billions of dollars the illegal immigrant community in this country costs the taxpayers?
Illegal immigrant immunity.
Community.
All right, that's a mouthful.
Okay. Do you know how many billions of dollars the illegal people?
I don't keep up with the billions of this
It's
country.
between
Now he doesn't keep up with the billions?
150 billion to 400 billion.
What do you think of President Trump?
Yeah. I think he's doing a great job. But anyway.
Now I gotta go. Gotta go.
So next we have a video of a classroom being decorated. Why is the teacher putting up a... whatever that flag is? Rainbow, Q, LGB, what? Why is any sort of that stuff in school in the first place? Especially in younger kids' classrooms. How is it not indoctrination?
Speak up when I hop about a car, promise I'm gonna speak up when I hop about a cut.
Hang on, let me read that. I have no idea what that is, but it seems like some work shit.
I promise I'm gonna speak up when I hop about to cut. I
Black Lives Matter.
promise I'm gonna
And pretty much every single person is brown. And the white guy is labeled as mad. Okay. Not subtle there at all.
make scene.
Yeah, that was the greatest homeschooling ad I've ever seen. Good job.
To be honest, I think a lot more people will want to homeschool their kids nowadays. Because schools and unis are pretty much indoctrination places now. They push their values onto your kids.
What are you protesting?
Donald Trump and just everything that he's done, his whole administration. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he calls me terrorist, so.
So Donald Trump specifically called this guy a terrorist. Okay.
When did he do that?
Not that long ago.
What did he say?
Not what he said specifically. Well, actually, what he said specifically was that as soon as all that happened, before they even released anything officially by the FBI, which was a bunch of bullcrap, when the Charlie Kirk shooting happened, who was the first group of people that was blamed, basically?
So Charlie Kirk was mainly on the right, and the right is opposed by the left, so it makes sense that they would be the people blamed. Plus the person who actually shot him had that type of language on the bullets as well.
Without any evidence, without any hard proof, concrete, anything.
Like, you don't need hard proof to see someone who opposed him shot him. And if he's on the right, it's obviously going to be someone on the left. Because why would you shoot an ally? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the violent left.
How are you going to throw it on a group of people that, realistically speaking, have been involved in
pretty much every single major protest where they always break shit and destroy property?
a very minor amount of mass violence.
Hang on. A minor amount of mass violence? So there's just a little bit of a lot of violence?
You want to talk about everything that's been going on in the past couple weeks?
Real
Who
quick,
is it?
real
It's
quick.
not a trans person. It's
Real
not a
quick.
Democrat. It's not a leftist. It's not a liberal.
Okay, one second.
Psychotic right-wingers, okay?
Well, a f***ing psychotic right-winger didn't kill Charlie Kirk. A psychotic left-winger who was actually indoctrinated and radicalized by this ideology right here killed. I'm not repeating his name. Are you saying that today, with the evidence we have, you're going to tell me that it wasn't a violent left-wing radical?
It was not.
Who was it then?
I mean,
What evidence are you reading?
the evidence that's come out of the FBI, the evidence has been coming out of
Do you
all
think
sorts of
think people are on the left wing, perhaps a little radicalized when they engrave,
You know
"Hey
what
fascist,
okay, let me
get
stop
your
you in
hand
your
out of my
tracks.
face"? Number one, the bullet was engraved, "Hey fascist, catch." Who calls the other side fascist? Which side is doing that?
Like, how do they have the audacity to call other people fascist while they actively kill people for talking?
By being called a fascist.
Yeah. Well, people are being killed because they're being called fascists.
They call you fascist so they can kill you. They don't kill you because you're a fascist. They call you Nazi so they have an excuse to be violent.
Maybe because fascism is a fucking horrible ideology to uphold. Like,
Are you justifying what happened to Charlie?
no, I don't believe anyone should have died the way that he did, but he was not the most stable or coherent person.
What? Has he ever seen any of Charlie Kirk's videos?
Not coherent, but his ideas were not that great, honestly. Like,
They weren't great just because they didn't align with his values. He actually had depth of understanding and reasoning behind his values, unlike a lot of people on the left which just cherry-pick values that are trending right now.
I don't care what you think about his ideas. Apparently,
his ideas matter though,
the
because that's what he
ideas-
did. He would go out and talk to people about his ideas, and what were his ideas? The exact same shit that got him killed.
So he's saying that talking about his ideas is deserving of being killed? Then by that logic, shouldn't pretty much every single person that talks be, you know?
Okay, so he brought his death upon himself.
He did.
What a fucking retard.